Andor Season 3. Very, very exciting. Very, very hype. Season 3. Season 2, sorry, my bad. My apologies. Did not mean to say Season 3. But Andor Season 2 is absolutely phenomenal. I thought it was better than Season 1, and it did kickstart the love for Star Wars again, with Battlefront being like the new focus point. Everybody's talking about the Battlefront revival because of the new Fortnite season that recently came out with the Star Wars, and obviously with Andor making its comeback, everybody wants a Battlefront 3. And I do believe EA is actually considering it, with the all-time player count of Battlefront 2 reaching an all-time high because of this new push to get a new game out, which is very, very exciting, and I do hope for the best. So, without any further delay, let's quickly run over the story of Andor Season 2 before we get into my thoughts and opinions. So, with Andor Season 2, it does start off pretty much where it left off, with the whole gang staying on this one farming planet, and Andor going off on a mission with some rebels to earn some money. He just wanted to steal a TIE fighter and get it back so that the rebels could experiment on it. He did get captured on a random planet by these rebels, and they were going crazy. They were starving, they were going hungry and turning against each other. They went absolutely insane, and they all got killed by this monster, and Andor did manage to escape. And I'm going to be honest, it was kind of a waste of 2 episodes. It was literally just filler, but it did give us time to set up the premise of the first planet that our main crew was sitting on, main crew was residing on, because they were having their own struggles with the Empire coming in and doing random checks. This season did have a lot of time skips, so we have Andor's mate dying at the end of this, which leads into a time skip with Andor and his girlfriend living on a planet, and Andor having to leave every now and then to go and do missions, and her condition was getting worse by the day, getting worse by the hour, and it was really upsetting and really hard to watch, because all the torture that she was put through in season 1 has really affected her, and it has come back to sort of bite her in the ass, really. Obviously, she didn't go through this torture willingly, but it is really upsetting and has had a lasting effect on the character. We then have Andor going on a couple of missions, going to a new planet, stealing a K2SO robot after pushing through and fighting in a little bit of a rebellion, protecting the senator lady, which was in season 1, and then having his girlfriend dip and just leave because she didn't want him to give up on his dream of staying there. And they rebuilt K2SO, he got K2SO as a buddy, and then the Empire killed his master, his person that was giving him missions, the person that was fully trying to set up the rebellion and set up this, that, and the other. And then we have them go and try and save a lady. Then they go off on a mission to meet Jin Erso, because they find out that they're building a Death Star, which is a massive weapon instead of a space base, and that's where the season ends. I'm going to be honest, I was really upset that this season ended with Andor having a child, with his girlfriend giving birth to his kid, because he's never going to fucking know that kid exists, because this literally ends as Rogue One is about to start. He dies at the end of Rogue One. He is never going to find out he had a kid. That is such a distressing and upsetting way to end the series, because we know that he dies, we know that he's never going to find out that he has this kid. It is just so upsetting and disheartening to know that he's been through all this trouble, all these life-endangering missions to work for the rebels and to stop the Empire, and he even has a kid and he dies before ever meeting this kid. This kid will probably never know who he is, and that is genuinely really upsetting and heartbreaking. And I was genuinely so upset that they decided to add that. They didn't need to add that. That wasn't a needed piece of information. Him having a kid wasn't something we needed to know, and I feel it was just there to create a lot of turmoil and a lot of upset, and it did. It created a lot of upset for me. I was also upset that K2SO only was in the last 3 episodes. I was so upset. K2SO is one of my favorite characters, and I watched this series solely for him because I genuinely really enjoyed him in Andor. And I have bought the original like Bionicle version of K2SO, and I do have the new brick built version of K2SO on the way. I did order from the Lego store, so you know I am a big fan of K2SO, and I do wish that he was in Fortnite, but sadly he is not. And I didn't really like all the time skips with this season. I felt like some of the missions were a little bit rushed and didn't have as much screen time based around them. This season did have like 13 episodes like the first season did, but I just wish that there was, more to it. Like it did feel quite lackluster. Like a lot did happen, but like it was spread out and it didn't feel as bulky as the first season. I do feel like the pacing was a little off with this one. Like it did like rush through some things, which I was a little bit upset about, because like I did enjoy the series. I do like the characters, and the character that Andor like was hunting him down. I don't remember his name, but that one guard from the like seasons. When he jumped Andor on that planet with the K2SO robots, it did feel really like confusing because it's like, damn, he has had his whole life hunting Andor down, but Andor doesn't have a fucking clue who he is. That must be so disheartening and so like upsetting. Like you've dedicated your whole life to finding this man, and this man just doesn't know who you are. This man just never heard of you and doesn't give a fuck who you are, and then you go and die before I can even find out who you were. It's just so disheartening. This season was like filled with so much like underwhelming moments which made you feel like so disappointed because like the characters never got like their true like happy endings. And I know like going into this, like we know Andor's going to die, so he's not going to get his happy ending, but I feel like they could have lessened the blow a little bit by not giving him a fucking child. That felt so random and so out of the blue. Like I did not expect him to have a kid in the slightest. Like, dog, that never crossed my mind, and I don't even know if we'll see his kid in future Star Wars projects, because I don't know, it'd just be really weird if we did. Like, will we ever see the child make an appearance? I don't know. Like, how old would he be? Like, I'm trying to think, would he be able to fit in the Mandalorian? Would he be able to fit in like the Rey thing? Like, where would he fit in the timeline? Where would he fit in the franchise? Like, it does feel so out there and so, I don't know, it just felt so weird. And again, the action, so fucking good. I love the action. I was so hyped for the K2SO fights. I love them robots. I was so fucking giddy when they came out fucking swinging. They were tossing bitches left, right, and center. They were full yeeting people into the fucking wall, into the fucking stratosphere. And I thought that was sick as fuck. I love the K2SO units, and I don't think they're utilized enough. I genuinely think we should get more, like, content from them, because they are so fucking cool. They are genuinely insane, like robots, and I love them. And I don't know why the the Empire stopped using them. Like, why did they stop using them? I need answers. Why stick with stormtroopers when you can have these absolute fucking menaces to society on your team? It is genuinely insane. But yeah, acting was good. Story was a little bit all over the place. I'm going to be honest. It felt less not as coherent as season 1. But I did enjoy season 2 a lot more than season 1. Just because like it didn't have to set up the characters, didn't have to set up the premise. We already knew what was happening. We already knew what was going on, and we knew what Andor was. Like we knew him, and we knew like K2SO as well, and I liked K2SO. K2SO was sick. K2SO is like one of my boys. He's one of my favorites. Like, I love that guy. He is genuinely so good, so cool, and he definitely made the season for me. I'm gonna be honest. Still upset that he wasn't in it for too long. Would have preferred him to be in it for a little bit more than 3 episodes, but it was still rather exciting, rather fun to watch, and I had a good time. I had a grand old time. So I am going to give this one a solid 8 out of 10, because I don't think it's brilliant, I don't think it's perfect, but it is still better than season 1 of Andor. I have to give it at least that much. It is rather fun, rather entertaining. And if you haven't seen it, I would recommend you watch it because Andor is a very, very interesting character in the Star Wars universe, and I just recommend that you watch it. It's a rather good series. A lot of good highlights to it, and a lot of good emotional investments with the characters, and like the will they won't they relationship, and just gets you in your feels. Really, I really did enjoy it. I thought it was really good. Thought it was really good. Um, but yeah, I got very little else to say. So I hope you all did enjoy this YouTube video. I'll see you all next one. I hope you all have an excellent day, and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe. If you do want me to review any other movies, TV shows, or animes, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll get on it as quickly as possible. I have a couple of game reviews, film reviews coming up soon as well for some other Star Wars projects. I do want to watch all the Star Wars movies again and do a video on them. Just talking about all of them. Because I did it for Marvel, I want to do it for DC, I want to do it for Star Wars, I want to do it for all the big name franchises. So do expect like a run of like the main 9 Star Wars movies over the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. I do want to do it sooner rather than later, before the Mandalorian and Grogu movie comes out next May. So yeah, get excited, get hyped, get ready, because this is going to be really, really exciting, because I have some very, very big hot takes on the Star Wars franchise. So y'all better be ready for that. And I'm not doing it to rage bait either. I'm doing it because I genuinely feel this way. So other than that, I'm going to love you and leave you. I think I've yapped enough. I think I've yapped for a long time. So bye-bye.